down for 90 minutes last night, and it feels to some extent, and by the way people are framing it, that the world ended, that the world shut down. And like I said before, I got a phone call from my girlfriend last night. She's like, babe, you got to come home. YouTube's down. And I'm all like, what? Wait, what? Like, okay, why is YouTube down? I have no idea. But she's like, I can't watch my show. And I'm just laughing because I was checking Twitter and everyone's all yelling at Team YouTube about it. I'm like, oh, something apparently happened. And it got me thinking about YouTube as a whole, YouTube as a platform, and what exactly was impacted. Because it wasn't just YouTube that was impacted. It was YouTube Music and YouTube TV. And those are two very, very, very different things than just YouTube as a whole. Now, coming over here to this article on the Evening Standard. Now, this is very much an op-ed piece. There are going to be, a couple things in here I want to cover. But I think it kind of gives an interesting look at the situation. Now, it says content creators across the world complain of lost view times after the site crashes for hours. Well, yeah, people were complaining because this is, to be fair, this is our job. This is what we do. This is how we make a living. And so if YouTube goes down for an hour and a half, then people are like, I'm not making any money today. What the hell? Now, the reality of it is that yesterday in general, I think what was leading up to it going down was also resulting in a lot of people not getting notifications. I was seeing lots of comments about that on Twitter. I was noticing people across the board were having lower view counts yesterday as a result of this leading into the crash. And then after, when they got it rebooted, it started picking back up for a lot of people. And this is one of the things that a lot of content creators won't talk to you about is the what goes into, the whole system itself, right? You think you come and you watch a video and you see the view count, so on and so forth. But those of us who do this as a job, we're like looking at the analytics, like, okay, what's the average watch time? How long was this working? Did, what worked, what didn't work, the A/B testing. It's a whole business. It's a whole big thing. So yeah, when you rely on that as your primary source, it becomes a little bit crazy. However, it is always good to have alternative sources of revenue, but I don't need to jump on that right now. So it says here that hundreds of thousands of YouTubers were unable to access the video sharing website for about 90 minutes on Tuesday, which sparked global outrage from people around the world, which is true. You can't get your YouTube. Shane Dawson dropped part 7, the penultimate, or no, is it the anultimate episode of his series on Jake Paul? Imagine people watching that and YouTube goes down and they're like, I don't know what Alyssa Violet was saying. My God. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to do that as soon as this stream is over because yeah, he's got me hooked. I'm not going to lie. It says here, a spokesperson for YouTube said in the US at 7 p.m. local time that people were reporting problems with accessing the main site, as well as YouTube TV and YouTube Music. Now, both YouTube TV and YouTube Music require subscription services, right? Those are paid. With YouTube Music, I think if you do YouTube Premium, it comes included with that, or I think maybe Google, it's one of the two. But YouTube TV is about, I think, 30 to 40 bucks a month. So, and if people right now who are cord cutters, and let's be fair, let's be realistic here. There are a lot of cord cutters out there. We're going into the multi-million people a year are cutting the cord. I go to Costco and there's a Direct TV representative that always singles me out because I'm the type of person who looks like I would buy Direct TV, apparently, right? Oh, it's a fat dude, glasses and a goatee, a beard. He apparently likes technology. You can tell from his shape. And then I walk by and they're always like, how are you? How you doing? How you doing today? And I'm all like, I'm a cord cutter. And they're like, oh. And they basically give me like that F you look. Is really funny. Anyway, it says here, we're working to resolve this and we'll let you know once it's fixed. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause and we'll keep you updated. Scores of people expressed their anger at the site crashing, with both New Zealand and Philadelphia police having to warn their followers not to call emergency services about the problem. And this is absolutely true. The Philadelphia police here did in fact say, yes, our YouTube is down. 2, no, please don't call 911. We can't fix it. And then someone responded back with, this is a joke. And they said, no, we're serious. We don't know how to fix it. Maybe there's a YouTube video on how to do. Oh, wait. To which case, well played. Well played, Philadelphia police. Well played. Let's see if your football team can do as well again this year if they hold on to the bans. Like, I don't know what the joke is bad. But the point is that people were really freaking out. That shows you how big and how crazy YouTube is as our culture, right? It's part of our culture. When it goes down for 90 minutes, people are like, holy crap. It's 1.5 billion people a month. it's a decent percentage of our population on the planet. But it goes on to say here that among the angry YouTubers reacting on Twitter included Kyle Baker, who told YouTube to do better, adding first week with you and I missed the ending of TB Lightning Game tonight. Now, obviously, Kyle Baker here is a YouTube TV subscriber, which is why I'm saying that this is an important thing. YouTube TV is meant to be coming in to be an alternative to cable, right? It's going to charge you $40 a month to get access to all the basic channels, and I think basic cable channels, so on and so forth. And that's meant to be all done over the internet. Now, if they go down, then you're losing out on something that you paid for. You're not coming in through a coaxial cable that isn't really dependent on internet lines, right? So that becomes a thing as well. That's a big thing. That's a big no-no. Like YouTube itself can go down and people can be like, I can live without that. But YouTube TV, when that's your primary source of entertainment, if you don't have Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or anything else, that's what gets you. Another person says here, not cool. I'm paying for YouTube TV and I'm missing NBA's opening night because of this. And again, completely understandable why they'd be upset. Another person says, hurry up, I need my cat videos. While others suggested popular YouTubers around the world would be upset after realizing they would need to get a job when YouTube was down. Which this guy right here, Emilio Medina, with an epic burn against those of us who do YouTube, saying this is what they need to do. This is y'all need to get a job when YouTube is down. And I mean, again, like I said, to people who come to YouTube, to people who do this as a career, you know, that is something that is always on the back of our minds. That's just the way, this is the truth of it. So yes, YouTube going down for 90 minutes does in fact impact other people. But it's not the first time YouTube has gone down and gone down for very interesting ways. Now, 10 years ago, and this is the reason why it brings up is 10 years ago, you had Pakistan took out YouTube for I think around like 12 hours or something, right? Basically what happened here, I'm not gonna go through the whole story, but basically what happened here is Pakistan was all like, we don't want YouTube. We don't want this here. We don't want this in our country. We don't want this in our culture. We don't want people being out there to go and look at atheism videos and realize that Islam is full of crap and then not be Islamic anymore. We don't want that. So we're gonna get rid of it. We're gonna block YouTube countrywide. And when they did that, it literally kicked it down for the entire world for like 12 hours or something, right? It took it down for quite some time. And it was actually, I remember when that happened, people were losing their minds 10 years ago. Imagine if this happened today. Imagine if YouTube went down today for 12 hours, right? If it was knocked down 12 hours. Now, not only would your content creators who use this as a job freak the hell out, but you would have people who rely on this as their primary source of entertainment, their primary source of news coverage, of information, of education, right? I mean, like, just imagine how many people rely on this platform, which is actually kind of scary if you think about it, because there is no alternative. There is no direct competitor to YouTube that in any way would remotely, you know, cover it if it happened. Like, this is where Amazon really should step up and make their own, right? They should make their own platform. Facebook is is not going to be able to make it happen at all. As a side note to this, you know, Facebook is also being sued by advertisers for once again, apparently allegedly misleading them on how many people actually watch the videos or watch the video ads. This is not the first time Facebook's got in trouble for this, and they're currently getting it once again. So what we know is that there is a big issue with online video consumption, right? And where you go and you get it, especially when YouTube is meant to be instantaneous, breaking news, things like that. You kind of find yourself in a weird situation. So YouTube's got to make sure this crap doesn't happen again. And this is the right time, the absolute right time for somebody to come out and make a YouTube alternative that can actually sustain itself. And I know you have BitChute, and I know there's like DTube, and that's a decentralized tube, but that's pretty much all cryptocurrency based. And if you're not out there completely sucking off Bitcoin, you're not going to get anywhere on that platform. But ultimately, this is the time. Yesterday was a wake up call for hopefully some company to get the backing to come out and to push back against YouTube. And the last thing I'll say about it is this: you will see people say YouTube makes up a lot of Alphabet's, Google's parent companies, revenue. It's 6%. So at least by 2017 standards, it was 6%. So it's not as much as they're trying to make it out to be. And, you know, I think I think it is time for a competitor. It really is. And this is coming from a person who is on YouTube probably way more than any realistic person should be.